Hey everybody, Ace here. In this video, I'm gonna go over different money saving tips or the best ways that you can save money. I've realized I can save roughly $10,000 in a 6-month time frame. I am a frugal money saver and I look to save money left and right. Hell, even on my TikTok, I'll post money saving tips here and there, even though judging by my views, it doesn't look like that many people really care. So let's get into this video on how you can save more money. Before we get into the nitty gritty of the different money saving tips that I have, there's a few things I want to address. First thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to set your goals. Why do you want to save this money? What are you saving this money for? In these goals, you need to think about, is there something you're saving that money for? Is there something you need in the next 6 months, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years? Are you saving to buy a car, saving for a vacation, saving for retirement? You need to think about what you're saving your money for and write down those goals about why you're saving that money and what you're trying to save it for. Second thing is that you're going to need a budget. I went over my personal budget a few videos ago, which I'll link above for you, but you could use a savings app called Mint or even something super simple like Excel. The job of keeping a budget is to track your monthly expenses and to see what you're really using your money for. You need to see your inflows and outflows. And if you don't track what you're spending your money on, how can you even imagine to save any money whatsoever? It's gonna be extremely difficult to save any money if you have absolutely no idea where your money is going in the first place. You might know how much you're getting paid, but if you're spending every single dollar of that or even more, there's absolutely no way you're gonna be able to save more. And the third thing I want to address before getting into my specific money saving tips is you need to set specific attainable goals. So for example, if you want to save $100 a month or $300 a month, or if you're trying to save $5,000 a year, write that down. So you're gonna have your high level goal of why you're saving your money, like for a car or for a vacation, and then another obtainable goal of saving $100, $200, $300 a month to achieve that high level goal. There are many studies out there that show if you set goals and even if you write your goals down, you are way more likely to actually achieve those goals. Now, obviously how much you can save is really going to depend on your income and your expenses, but be realistic of how much you think you can save or how much you really need to save and write those down. Now, moving into my money saving tips, the very first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to set up automatic withdrawals from your personal bank account. And you might be asking, why do I need to do this? Having automatic withdrawals, which means taking that money out of your bank account and putting it into other accounts, is going to help you save money. I get paid bi-weekly, so I have automatic withdrawals coming out of my bank account for multiple things. So when my company pays me, I will have automatic withdrawals coming out for all of my different expenses, but I also have a monthly $200 that I'm taking out of my account and putting into another savings account. Boom, instant, 200 saved right there. So having an automatic withdrawal, take money out of your account and put it into a separate account will help you save money without even having to think about it. You get paid and then you take a small percentage of what you're paid, boom, put it into another account right there. That's money saved instantly. You don't even have to think about it. Now, once you have automatic withdrawals set up, the next thing you're gonna need to do is take a look at all of your expenses, what you're spending your money on, and see where you can cut back. The very first thing you could probably cut back on is food. Looking about cutting back on food might seem a little daunting. Trust me, I know, I absolutely love to eat. But food is one of the easiest ways that you can actually cut back on your spending. You can go out to eat less. You can shop at different places. You can shop for sales. You can buy different groceries, cook cheaper meals, or just eat cheaper food. I cap my going out to eat budget at $150 a month because I know if I gave myself more money to spend than going out to eat, I absolutely would. I love going out to eat. But that's somewhere where I know I can cut back on that and save more money. So with my 150 budget, if I've spent 120 by the end of the month, I'm not gonna go out and spend that extra 30 and say, I need to spend it. I'm actually gonna save that extra $30 that I didn't spend, put it away somewhere else. Cutting back on food is a great way to save money. Just make sure you don't starve yourself in the process. Don't go on the college ramen diet or the PB&J everyday diet just to save money. The next area to look to cut back on spending is your living space. If you're living alone and your rent is high, maybe look into getting a roommate. If you own a home and your mortgage is high, maybe look at renting out a room. There's a little bit less flexibility here on what you can do, but there are some options. A lot of people probably don't want to live with someone else, and that's totally understandable. Hell, my wife doesn't want to live with me half the time, but you kind of get used to it. But if you're paying a lot in rent or your living expenses, this is one of the easiest ways where you can cut back on that expense and save some money. Another way to save money is going to be to reduce or change your transportation. The cost of owning a car is expensive. Definitely when you break down into it, between car insurance, gas, oil, car payments if you have one, any sort of maintenance you have to do, all of that adds up over time. You end up shelling out a lot of money if you own a car. So maybe look into alternate forms of transportation if you can. If you live close enough to ride a bike somewhere, maybe ride a bike somewhere. Or if you can carpool with somebody, carpool into work or back. Or if you could take a bus, maybe even get a bus pass and take a bus rather than owning that car. It all depends on where you're gonna live, but this is a great way to reduce how much you're spending and save a little extra cash. If none of that is an option for you at all, when it comes to repairs or maintenance in your car, try to do as much as you possibly can. So let's say you're taking your car in for an oil change, and you also need your filters to be replaced. Instead of having the dealership or the shop change those filters for you, they might be charging you $100 for something that costs $15. Do it yourself. And the easiest way to do this is to look up on YouTube how to do some of these things. Over the last summer, my alternator went out and a friend of mine helped me change my alternator. I saved over $300 changing the alternator by myself. Filters are a great way to save money because a shop is going to charge you way more than you actually need to pay to change your car filter. It's not that difficult to do. Almost anybody can do it. There's a couple more things I want to quickly hit on for you to help save some additional cash. First off, if you don't need an item, don't buy it. Only buy things that you really truly need. I know there's a big difference between a want and a need. I want a Tesla. I want a new computer. I want a new recording setup. But do I need any of these things? Absolutely not. So instead of buying these things that you want, but you don't necessarily need, you're gonna end up saving yourself money. When you think, I want that, instead of thinking, I want that, and looking to buy it, think to yourself, I don't need that, and remind yourself how much money you're gonna save by not buying the new iPhone, the new AirPods, an upgrade for your computer, going out to eat. So instead of buying that item, just remind yourself how much less you're gonna spend, how much more you're gonna save because of that, and then move on. It's a want, not a need. You can live without it. Now, I know that's gonna be a really hard mentality to get over. To get over the, I don't want it, and think, I don't really need that, so I don't wanna spend my money on that. But once you get over that mental hurdle, you're gonna be saving so much more money. Lastly, when you're going shopping, look for the deals. Look to save money. In today's day and age, there is absolutely no reason that you should be paying full list price for an item. There are always sales and deals going on everywhere. A lot of different apps or even websites that you can look at to find different deals or sales, or hell, if one store isn't offering a sale or a discount, look at another store. Competitor stores will always match prices or try to beat out another store on price. And then when you find a sale price for an item you're looking to purchase and you've budgeted money for, so for example, let's say you've budgeted $100 to spend on an item and it only came in to $75. Well, that means you just saved $25. So instead of taking that $25 and spending it on something else, put it away into your savings. That's a great habit to get into when you've saved money on purchasing items. Put that extra money away and that'll accumulate and you'll end up saving more in the long term. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. If you like this video or learned anything, please just tap that thumbs up button for me, subscribe for more content, and if you want me to make another video on different money saving tips that I have, just leave me a comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next video.